watch the sunset slowly.
Welcome back to the channel. Reclusive Gamer here. In this video, I'm going to show you a brief tutorial on how I personally edit and record my gameplay vids. So if anybody's having trouble on how to do it, then check this video out, and I'll show you how to edit the sounds to make it sound the best that you can. All right, so here we go. I'll show you step by step on how I do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here my settings. I have it set on Windows WASAPI. You select your microphone, whichever one you use. For me right now, I'm using my Logitech G35 microphone, and the same thing with the headset. That's where my sounds play back on for this particular gaming vid. I'm sorry, not a gaming vid, this particular tutorial. Once that's set, you have to look at and click to start monitoring your recording level. And as you notice, you'll see the top green bar. The sound is going up and down in correlation to my voice and how I speak. In terms of how loud I speak, if you see that, it will raise to the yellow a little bit. Make sure you adjust your recording level so it's not too high, because if it starts peaking, it will start clipping and it will kind of distort the sound and make your voiceovers sound like shit. So make sure it's just make sure everything's in the green. All right, so now that's out of the way, I will give you an example, show you how I do it. I'm going to press record, and you will notice that I'm going to stay silent for about 45 seconds. And the reason why I do that is because I'm going to utilize a noise suppression effect on Audacity. And what that does is when I click onto that, when I get noise profile, this particular software will analyze your recording, and it will cut out any background noise like fans and air conditioners, ACs, or whatnot. So I'll show you right now. 3, 2, 1, and record. Hey, what's up guys? Reclusive Gamer here. Welcome back to the channel. In this brief video, I will show you how I personally edit and record my gaming voiceovers. All right, there you go. I stayed silent for a few seconds. Well, there's a little sound thing here. Can't cut that out, but it doesn't really matter. You just want to see recording that there's like a steady blue line here, and that means there's like no sound. So what you do is, what I do is I click on here. You'll see like a yellow line. Click onto it and drag it across, right across. Roughly 5.5 seconds is good. I click effect, noise reduction, and here is important that you set your parameters correctly, so it will get rid of a sufficient amount of background noise that you may or may not have. In my case, it's pretty silent here in my room. I turn my AC off and I knock my fan down on my GPU down accordingly to where it's silent. Not totally silent, but it's not loud. It's not going to interfere that much with my recording. Default settings, noise reduction decibel level is usually at 12. But in my case, when I play, I usually record in like 4K. So I want to keep my GPU nice and cool. So I usually jack up um, fan to about 75 on my GPU tweak software thingy. So in my case, I knocked it up to about 15. In under normal circumstances, by default for most of you guys, 12 is good enough. So um, here it is. I adjusted it to 15, and all you do is remember right here. If you look at the arrow, uh, it's only going to analyze a portion or a segment of this recording. So what you do is you click on to get noise profile, and then you go back to it, highlight everything. Control A usually does that, or you just click onto it and then you hit effect again and go to noise reduction one more time. Here it is. Decibel for noise reduction is at 15, and now you click OK, and it will adjust accordingly the entire clip. Then after that, what I usually do is I click back onto it, I go to effect, and I usually go to filter curve, and you can adjust the EQs. This graph will show up. What I do is I hit manage, go to factory presets, and I go to bass boost. So this is a default bass boost. I usually kind of increase it to like 12-ish. I even went so far as up to 15, but it kind of sounds a little weird. Doesn't sound very natural. So anywhere between 9 decibels and 12 is good. If you're a guy, this is pretty important to make your recording sound, it gives it that extra bass, that extra oomph. So me, I want to sound, super, super macho and masculine. So I'll leave it like at 12. There you go. 12 decibels is good. So now you click OK, and that's it. Click onto it again. I go back to effect, and then I go back to filter curve, and then I want to adjust the highs to give it the sound clip a better sense of clarity or whatnot. So I go to treble boost. There it is. Default's usually good. I never went beyond 9 decibels. You just click OK. There you go, and you'll see the graph kind of adjusted accordingly. And then I think there's one or two more steps, which I do. Go back to effect, and then I usually go to compressor. These are my default settings: threshold, noise floor, the ratio 3 to 1. I just keep it at this level. I'm not an expert, so I'm going to be blunt and honest. I don't know what each of these parameters does if you adjust it, but what I learned other tutorials is the default settings for compressor like this is usually it's more than sufficient. So I just press OK. There we go. And the last but not least, sorry about that. Last but not least is you normalize everything. So doesn't make it too loud, and it kind of evens everything out, highs and lows or whatnot. So these are the default settings. I think before mine was -2 decibels, but I moved it to -1 is good, and click OK. There you go, and increase it a little bit. So yep, there you have it. Here's what it sounds like. Chord. Hey, what's up guys? Reclusive Gamer here. Welcome back to the channel. In this brief video, I will show you how I personally edit and record my gaming voiceovers. Well, there you have it. That's basically what I do for all my game recordings. Uh, Definitely sounds better um, after all the effects and everything is applied. So give it a shot. I'll provide a link down below for where to download um, Audacity. It's a free software, and it's a definitely must have. You can just record your gameplay videos or any of the voiceovers with OBS, but it just keeps it on one single track, and you can't really adjust um, your sound, your voiceovers in your editing software, whatever you use, Hit Film Express, or for me, I use DaVinci Resolve. Um, so I learned that it's best to just keep your your gaming tracks and your voiceovers separate, and this is how you do it. It's a little more tedious, but it's well worth it because I can adjust the volume accordingly in my editing software. Um, yeah, I can adjust everything else. I can adjust various parameters um, in the DaVinci and increase the volume or decrease it. I can increase or decrease the volume of the gameplay. So that's it. Oh, one last thing before I forget. On how to export, you just click on the file, export. I used to export it as MP3, but I hear WAV sound quality is a lot better. So I just do that, and I just I usually just keep it on my desktop. Um, I usually knock it up to maybe about 24-bit. Um, I tried 32-bit float. I mean, you can't really notice a difference. Supposedly, maybe it sounds better, so try it out. In this video, I'll try it at 32-bit. There you go. And also my project rate hertz, I set it to 48,000, which I hear is best for sound quality on YouTube. So I'm gonna click save. Yeah, and that's it. And it should be on my desktop. All right. Uh, there you have it. I hope this helps. If it was helpful, then hey, more power to you. Drop me a thumbs up, smash that like, and subscribe. All right, take care, guys.